guys, so I'm going to do a quick video today on naming alkanes and alkenes, or different organic compounds, and how to draw them in their skeletal structure. So what I've got here is an alkane on this side and an alkene on this side. You can tell from single bonds on this one and the double bond on that one that this is an alkane, and this is an alkene. And we have these in their Lewis structure, so showing the atomic symbols and their constituent bonds with each other. So we're going to go about naming them. So here I've got the Lewis structure, and here I've got what we would call the condensed formula. Okay, and we're going to look about naming these using the IUPAC system. Alright, for this first step in either of these, we'll start with the alkane, is to identify the longest chain of carbon. Alright, so in this one, I'm going to go across here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we know that because this is going to the main stem here, along here is 5, we know that this is going to be a pentane. Alright. So the next thing then is you have to identify your functional group. So in this one, I can see I've got 3 bromo groups, so halo groups as we call them. I've got bromo groups, and because there's 3 of them, I know in my name I'm going to have tri-bromo. And then next, I've obviously got coming off the main stem here, carbon with 3 hydrogens attached, which makes that a methyl group, and I've got 2 methyl groups, one here and one here. So we're going to call that dimethyl. Alright. Now when we're naming them, we put them in alphabetical order, so we know that the tribromos can be the first thing in my name, followed by the dimethyl, and then the pentane. Okay? Alright, so what we've done is we've identified our main chain. That's step 1. Go on to step 2, which is identifying our functional groups. We now have to give the number or order of our carbon chain. And that's fairly simple. We try and make it so that the lowest number is on the functional groups there. So here we're going to start with bromo. I have the opportunity to make this bromo attached to number 1 carbon. So I'm going to go ahead and name these 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then it's simply a matter of identifying what your bromo or what your functional groups are attached to, or which carbon in the sequence, and doing the number there. So if we do this one, I've got my bromos attached to the 1 and the 2 carbon and the 2 carbon. So I'm going to have 1, 2, 2, tri-bromo. I've got my methyl groups attached to my 4th carbon, so I'm going to have 4, 4, dimethyl, and of course we've got our 5 carbons making a pentane. So this one is going to end up as 1, 2, 2, tri-bromo, 4, 4, dimethyl pentane. Alright, and that is the structure that we have used, so that if I told you this, you would know the exact structure of this, and you couldn't make a different isomer or a different chain. Okay, which is why, of course, we use the IUPAC method of naming our compounds. Alright, so let's go on to the next one, our alkane. Alkane, again, follows pretty much the same process, just a bit of a weird one to name where the double bond is in it. Okay, so this would be our alkene here, and just like on the alkane, to name it, we're going to start off by identifying our longest carbon chain. And again, on this one, it's just straight across. So we're just going to do this, and we know we've got 3. Okay, so we know that this is going to be propane, or propene rather, because of the double bond going across there. Time to identify our functional groups, and on this one we've just got the one functional group. We've got that halogen iodine on there, so we've got a single iodo group on there. So we've identified our main chain, and we have identified our functional groups here. And again, now we have to name. Now when we're naming the alkenes, or numbering the alkenes, the carbons, so when we're numbering the carbons in the alkene main chain, we always give precedence to the double bond to make that as low as possible. So I'm going to name this 1, 2, 3, my carbons. So we know that my double bond is attached to the first carbon, and my functional group, my iodo, is attached to my third carbon. So the name of this is going to be 3, we always do functional groups first, 3 iodo, and this is where it gets a bit weird, but iodo prop, and you stick the 1 because it's attached to the first carbon at the double bond, 1E. So this is 3 iodo prop 1E. Okay? So hopefully that's given you guys a bit of an idea better on how to name your organic compounds and your hydrocarbons. Have a bit of a practice and get back to me if you have any problems with it.